Okay, so Saturday, 13th of December 2025. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Understand and appreciate temporal beauty. Now, this is something I realised very subtle very recently, and I did a video about this a few months ago as well, about being temporally calibrated, understanding and appreciating time in space. But let's go deeper to understand the beauty of things that were once lost and now are here again, and the opposite of that to say things that are and where they will be in the future. Now, there was a very interesting video I saw on Twitter X some time ago about this man that was appreciating this old spool that he had had for 40 or so years. And it's this beauty to recognize this thing has been around in the vicinity for, in this context, 40 or so years. To understand that just in a fourth dimensional way, just to appreciate that this spool, say 10 years ago, while he was off gallivanting over there, the spool was patiently waiting over here. Or while he was doing this thing over here in life, or enduring over there, whatever else, this thing, this beautiful thing that this person would interact with here and there over the decades, would just be sitting there waiting for him. In the same way, these memories that were in this little particular thing over here were waiting in this box for a decade or a decade and a half, whatever else, or decades actually, you could say, until it's been rediscovered. And to go deeper with this temporal beauty, the energy, so to speak, behind it, the emotional energy is reignited. Not in a hocus pocus kind of way, but in a sense of energy is not transferred, not destroyed or created, only transferred. So this item, this thing, has been waiting, but when you pick it up, when you appreciate it again, physically pick it up, approach it, and you see it, so the light bounces off it and it goes into receptors, into the mind, and analyze it, and unlock certain memories, and it reminds you of things. In the same way, these things here, waiting, gathering dust, being sent over there, processed back and forth, digitized, or whatever else here and there, here they are in your hand, quite literally, but on the screen, and then it creates when you the light bounces off and you reminds you of things and memories, whatever else. That is understand that fundamentally everything will be destroyed one day. You know, on a long time enough. You know, on a long enough time horizon, in 1,000 years, everything around us will return to dust. In 500 years, yeah, 100 years, 50 years, blah blah blah, things like that. So that is to understand that things have time and a limit to, well, for example, one day this thing will be turned into something else, recycled, for example. Maybe in 5 years it'll be something else. um, and that paper will be shredded, and this paper will be disintegrated, whatever else, and turned into something else in the future. A newspaper, you know, in 5 years now, that kind of stuff. To understand this transient nature of things, it's here today, gone tomorrow, and while it's in your hand, in your possession, there's a beauty behind that. To appreciate things artistically before it's gone, it goes on its own adventure. Um, on adventure, so to speak. Now, about 2 years ago, I was watching a very interesting documentary about monks in Tibet, something like that. And they were said that there were two things inevitable in life, and one of them was something like death. Another one was something like people leaving in and out of other people's lives. You know, like saying goodbye to friends, so to speak. The last time I would see this, let's say in 2 weeks, for example, before it gets disposed of in some fashion, or this thing here, the last time I use this could be in a few days, but then in a month from now, and 2 months from now, it could be dissected and recycled into something else. Things like that. It's quite beautiful to understand how forms and energy, the chemical energy in here, or the plastic material here, can be turned into something else. The chemical energy again. That's beautiful. I did a video about this as well a year or something ago. Sonder, where everyone's life is as complicated as your own, and these things, these atoms, these particular neutrons and protons, certainly atoms and molecules, will be converted into something else. Because in 10 years, this could be part of this could be some plastic components used for some iPhone in 10 years from now. It's beautiful to think in that way. So then you realise it's the transient nature of everything. Everything comes and goes. It's, the copper in this cable here, 2005, the copper in this cable here was waiting in the ground for 2000, millions of years before it gets turned into this cable here and used here in this world, in this video, this location, this place. Wow. Same with the metal from this device here. This metal, well, yeah, it's iron. So this iron would have been in the ground for millions of years. And for all we know, the plastic from this device, billions of years ago, let's say, was, it could have been, T-Rex brain, something like that, by the fossil fuels, all that kind of stuff, petroleum and everything else. Is possible. It's possible. Likely or not, different story, but it's possible, and that's the transient nature of everything. And then you could say, right, well, it's Christmas, so these Christmas cards, yes, it's ink and paper now and a stamp, but it could be turned into emotion. You buy the card, you transfer energy from like a bank account and time into this card, you write down a meaningful message in some fashion, and you send it, and it has an impact. It changes things, that ripple effect as well. That's beautiful. To recognize that is beautiful. It's that transforming energy. I work 1 hour, I earn some money. With that money, I buy this card, and with that card and with this pen, I write a meaningful message using chemical energy in the arms and muscles, quite literally, to write things, and using calories to think and imagine and process. Slap it all together, it gets weight. It's waiting on the side, so it's potential energy. It's handed over, it's read, and the hearts and emotions and relations and things change. That. So this same with this tea. Drink it, you feel warmer, you feel more energy, things like that. That, to recognize that temporal transientness of life. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.